trading down by about 3%. Seoul was down by about 2% the last time I checked. A lot of this is because investors are taking the cue from Wall Street and generally are not impressed by the fiscal stimulus package or the economic stimulus package proposed by Bush. Hong Kong is going to be opening in about 20 minutes' time, and a lot of people there expect that the markets are going to open lower again, following what the rest of Asia is doing. And also, we're probably going to see a lot of trading activity in the Bank of China. There was an interesting report out of the South China Morning Post this morning, which showed that the Bank of China, this is of course a huge Chinese bank, is probably going to have to announce a major write-down at its fourth quarter results because of its exposure to the subprime mortgage meltdown.
Ooh, so the Bank of China is vulnerable to the subprime mortgage crisis?
It is vulnerable. It has about $8 billion in securities that are backed by subprime loans, that is, loans that are given out to, less credit-worthy individuals. So a lot of people are saying that it has the biggest exposure of any other bank in Asia. And the South China Morning Post was quoted as saying that quoting analysts that said that the Bank of China actually needs to increase its provisioning. In other words, set aside some money, really to just make sure that it can be able to weather through some of the potential losses. And some analysts have been telling the SCMP that those provisions should be about $300 million.
So the Bank of China having to do some looking there. What about the rest of the banks in China?
Actually, the rest of the banks in China are relatively have very little exposure, really, to the U.S. subprime